Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Top 5 Wednesday. The topic for this week is books to read without a synopsis. So those books that you feel it's best to go into without much prior knowledge and just enjoying them for what they are. And that's actually what I prefer to do with most of the books that I read, because I like discovering those little things for myself. Pretty much all I need to know about a book before going into it is the genre and possibly any USPs that it might have. So the 5 books I'm going to talk about in this video, I feel it's best to know as little about them before going into them as possible. So the first one I want to talk to you about is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, and I actually feel this way about most psychological thrillers because I think that there's so much you could say in a synopsis that could potentially spoil something for a psychological thriller, and I definitely feel that way about Gone Girl. And I think if you want to read Gone Girl and you somehow know nothing about the story, even though it's been everywhere for quite a few years now, I think all you really need to know is that it's a psychological thriller, 2 unlikable characters, a disappearance, and I think you can probably make up your mind whether you think it might be for you based on that. So yeah, definitely a Gone Girl. I also feel that way about One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, and this is a YA thriller mystery story, and essentially all you need to know really about this is that it's an updated Breakfast Club situation with death in it, and I think that's pretty much all you need to know. Just go into it, enjoy it for what it is, and enjoy unravelling the mystery for yourself. So yeah. Another book that I think is best to go into without much a synopsis is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, and I think the reason why a synopsis could potentially spoil and give too much away for this is because this book is actually about something quite different to what it looks like it's about at face value, if you get what I mean. The real essential, heartbreaking, profound message at the heart of this book is something that I think you need to uncover for yourself. I don't think you would want to be spoiled by that before going into it. So I think just read this book for the beautiful emotional roller coaster that it is. So yeah. A book that I think everyone is trying to get a hold of right now, and that is It by Stephen King. Obviously with the early success of the first part of the film, everyone wants a piece of Pennywise right now, and I think a lot of people are trying to get hold of this book. Obviously with the news that the film will be a 2-part thing, everyone wants to read this book and see if they can get any clues to what the second part might involve and stuff like that. And I would say just go into it. Enjoy it for the beautiful, complicated ride that it is. Have an open mind. Bear in mind that this book was published in the 80s and there are certain controversial topics and scenes that I don't think would get past the publication stage if it was published now. Pennywise's origin story is incredibly complex, but just go into it knowing nothing and discover it for the awesome horror masterpiece that it is. So yeah, definitely it. And the last book or series that I actually want to talk about in this video is A Game of Thrones / A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. I mean, how could you really come up with a coherent, accurate synopsis for this series? I guess you could say something like, a bunch of families have a claim to a throne, there is blood, boobs and dragons. I mean, what else could you say without spoiling a bunch of stuff, really? But yeah, just go into the books or the TV show not knowing too much and you will love it as much as everyone else does, I'm sure. And that is it for this week's Top 5 Wednesday. What are some of your favourite books that you think is best to go into without much prior knowledge or synopsis? Please let me know. I will leave all of my social media in the description down below. I hope you're having an awesome day and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye!